Have you ever had that feeling like you've seen all of this before?
Like history isn't just repeating itself, but someone is playing it back like an old record, guiding us along a path they've chosen.
Something strange is happening.
The price of eggs is soaring.
Farms are being forced to slaughter millions of birds. The media is pushing fear again. And if you think back just a few years, doesn't it all seem familiar? COVID-19, lockdowns, vaccines, and now bird flu.
It's not a coincidence. It's a pattern.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Today, I am taking you deep into a story that's been hidden in plain sight, a story of control, manipulation, and power.
A story where the winners are never the everyday people, but the corporations, the elites, and the policymakers who seem to always find a way to profit from disaster.
This isn't about a virus. This isn't about saving lives.
This is about control.
Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll see it too.
And once you do, there's no going back. Let's start with what's happening right now.
Bird flu H5N1. It's spreading, or so we're told. But look closer, and you'll find something chilling. The response to this outbreak is eerily similar to how governments handled COVID-19.
Farms are being forced to mass slaughter entire flocks.
The PCR tests, yes. The same controversial tests used during the pandemic are now being used to detect bird flu.
And if just one bird in a farm tests positive, the entire population is wiped out. They call it culling. But let's be clear, it's mass slaughter. And who pays the price? You do. Because fewer chickens mean higher prices. Scarcity means control. And the question we should all be asking is, why? We've seen this before. A crisis is declared, panic spreads, and suddenly there's a miracle solution. With COVID-19, it was the vaccine.
With bird flu, it's the same playbook.
The USDA and Big Pharma are already pushing for mass vaccination of poultry.
They're funding new mRNA-based vaccines for birds, just like they did with humans. And companies like Moderna and Zoetis are at the center of it all, raking in billions. But here's the part no one is talking about. Just like with COVID, these vaccines won't just be optional. They'll be mandated.
Soon, you won't be able to buy chicken or eggs unless they come from vaccinated sources. They'll say it's for safety, but we know better.
This isn't about keeping birds healthy. It's about patenting, controlling, and profiting from our food supply.
Think back to 2019. Where did COVID-19 come from? A lab. Now, look at bird flu.
What if I told you that the current strain, H5N1, didn't just appear?
There's undeniable evidence that gain-of-function research, yes. The same type of research tied to the Wuhan lab is happening with bird flu.
And two labs in the US are leading the charge, the Southeast Poultry Research Laboratory and the University of Wisconsin's Veterinary School. These aren't conspiracy theories.
These are facts. Look them up. And if history has taught us anything, it's this. When a virus leaks from a lab, it's never an accident.
There's an old saying, control the food, and you control the people. By forcing farmers to destroy their flocks, by pushing expensive, experimental vaccines onto poultry, by making it harder and harder for everyday people to afford food, those in power are tightening their grip. And once our food supply is completely under their control, what happens next? Digital food rationing?
Centralized, government-approved food distribution? Lab-grown meat and insect protein as the sustainable alternative? This isn't speculation. These policies are already being discussed, planned, and quietly rolled out.
The future they want isn't one where you have freedom of choice. It's one where every bite you take is monitored, approved, and controlled. So, what do we do?
First, wake up.
Share this information.
If you're watching this, you're already ahead of the curve. You already see what's happening. But millions don't. They still believe the headlines, the panic, the official narrative. Change starts with awareness.
Second, support local farmers. Big agriculture and the government want centralized control.
The solution? Decentralization. Buy from small, local farms. Raise your own chickens.
Grow your own food.
The less dependent we are on their system, the less power they have over us.
Third, push back. Demand accountability. Ask why billions are being spent on gain-of-function research when it only seems to create new diseases. Demand answers on why PCR tests known for their inaccuracies are being used to justify mass slaughter.
And finally, never stop questioning.
Because the moment we accept their version of reality without scrutiny, we give them exactly what they want. Control. This isn't just about bird flu.
It's about the future of our food, our health, and our freedom. And now that you see the game, it's time to make a choice. Will you be controlled, or will you break free?
The choice is yours.